Okay. Welcome everyone to Zen Buddhism and Meditation. My name's Mark, and welcome to the folks online. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I will try to address them. And let's see, is there anyone first time to Dharma Bum Temple? Hello, welcome. Anybody else? Anyone's first time practicing Zen meditation? No. Okay. Great. Well, since I'm not sure who's online, I'll just go ahead and start with a brief overview of this class, so typically we do approximately 20 minutes of Zen meditation and then take a break for about 10 minutes or so and have this book reading and discussion, and then another 15 or 20 minutes of meditation, and then close with announcements. So let's see, for Zen meditation, it says silent meditation, so I won't be talking during the meditation like in a guided meditation. So let's see, posture is important. So if you're sitting in a chair, it's helpful to you want to stay alert and awake and present in the moment. So some tips are to sit with a straight back, not too rigid, but upright, with your head looking forward. You're relaxed. Ideally, if you're sitting in a chair, it helps. If you want to get a cushion, it helps to sit on a cushion, because it's really helpful to have your knees below your hips and to have both feet on the floor. Your hands, they can be on your lap, but Zen, a lot of people do this cosmic mudra with one hand on top of the other and the thumbs lightly touching, sort of like a circle. Or you can do this with your holding onto your thumbs. Some people do that. And have hold your hands sort of down by your belly button, also known as the hara. Your breathing is natural breath. Just notice how you're breathing. Ideally, or typically, the longer your meditation is, and you'll notice that your breath will slow down. Nice to breathe from the belly. Often we just breathe from up here in our chest, so it's nice to take a couple full deep breaths in and out. Some people count, especially starting off, they might count 1 to 10 on their in-breath. Your eyes, typically in Zen meditation, your eyes are open slightly, maybe 25 to 50% open, with your gaze kind of downward, but your head still remains facing forward. You might want to put your shoulders just back, maybe try opening up your chest a quarter of an inch or so. and just be present here in the moment with what is, and observing your thoughts non-judgmentally. Thoughts will come and go, and you'll hear noises. I'll go ahead and keep track of the time, so I will ring the bell before and after, so you don't need to think about the time. And we'll get started. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. All right. Feel free to adjust your posture. So, someone said it sounds like we are flying in an airplane. That's funny because I was thinking I have hearing aids and it amplifies. I noticed that. I'm like, well, at least I know I'm in the moment because I'm paying attention to this new sound, which we usually don't have the heat on, correct? What's that?
That's probably it, the heat.
Yeah, my hearing aids pick up the blowing sound and the inner workings of the piping system here, I guess. I don't know. Like, okay. I'm like, I feel like I could hear the gas rushing to the furnace. So I agree with you. Hi, Eunice. And the Beerman. So anybody else like to share how their experience, the meditation is, how it was? It's back. So, okay, well, 7:21. I have this wonderful book called Everyday Zen by Charlotte Joko Beck. And I highlighted one paragraph here. So she says, I believe she's talking to her students. She was a Zen teacher here at the San Diego Zen Center. I believe she passed away at the age in her 90s, maybe in 2011, I think. She says, let's look at the sitting process itself. What we need to do is to be with what's happening right now. You don't have to believe me. You can experiment for yourself. When I am drifting away from the present, what I do is listen to the traffic. I make sure there's nothing I miss. Nothing. I just really listen. So as Zen students, you have a job to do, a very important job, to bring your life out of dreamland and into the real and immense reality that it is. The job is not easy. It takes courage. Only people who have tremendous guts can do this practice for more than a short time. But we don't do it just for ourselves. Perhaps we do it first. That's fine. But as your life gets grounded, gets real, gets basic, other people immediately sense it. And what we are begins to influence everything around us. She said, others before you have done the experiment, and they've had some results from that. About all you can do is say, well, at least I can try the experiment. I can do it. I can work hard. That much any of us can do. So, sometimes I feel like it's a little bit of a quandary I get in thinking about Zen, because my teacher, I started with the Zen Buddhist Sangha in Cleveland, Ohio in 2017, and I still sit with them twice a week, but online, except for when I go back there. And you know, he likes to say stuff like Zen is good for nothing, or you know, Zen meditation is supposed to be objectless, not having any goals. But I have a hard time because I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. Like, when I can compare my life prior to having a consistent practice of Zen meditation, comparing to now, I have to agree with her. I do feel more grounded. I feel like, you know, more real. You get basic. And I like to think that others notice, but I just that feeling of being a little bit more grounded, like just after 20 minutes of meditating here, I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little bit more grounded. I came in here, was a little irritated at, you know, situations, people, events, current affairs, you know. Some of it in my control, or I can do some things about. But a lot of it I can't do anything about. And with the Zen practice, meditating on a consistent basis and doing some study, listening to Dharma talks, like, I don't know, just almost everything I hear just sort of like makes sense. Some of it's really confusing with the non-duality and the emptiness, and some of the concepts are hard to grasp. That's what, you know, I just keep coming back and but I don't know. Anybody have any comments or questions or care to share regarding this reading or anything at all?
I liked what you were sharing. And it reminded me of, like, I think it's like provocative, you know, when Zen and other traditions instruct us not to have like any goal or purpose. But I think it's not because they want us to like reject the basic premise that we all understand why we're here. We want, you know, more presence in our lives, more stillness, all those things. But just to rather challenge the idea that during practice it's us that's doing it. You know, that we're really the creators of that presence and stillness. It's really it's like reverse engineering, you know, where we just get back to the basics, focus on the breath, and then it arises naturally. And it's great to savor and love that, you know, and that is why we're here. But I think that's kind of like, I don't know, I like that they challenge, I think that they challenge it in that way and like it. And then the other thing that was funny is, you're saying about the new noise, which I was noticing too. And I think Zen meditation in general does a good job of like flipping distractions. What could be, you know, normally conceived of as distractions, you can kind of flip them on their head and use them as like a chance to be totally present with like something that's continuous. Like she says in the reading, I liked her example of the traffic. Traffic never stops. So it's actually perfect. It's just like your breath or awareness. You know, you can hone into it in the same way. So I like that kind of like that twist on distraction. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thank you.
yeah.
I appreciate it. Definitely. Yeah. That whole like neither grasping nor pushing away, whether it's things we enjoy or things we have aversions to, you know, but yeah, just having things, so many things came up during my meditation, and then I'm like, okay, you know, all right, what else? Being with things, and I don't know, the more I practice, the more I'm like getting a lot less judgmental towards myself, like having more compassion towards, you know, like, I don't have to do this perfectly. Like, thoughts arise, thoughts go away, new ones arise. Sometimes there's a little bit of a gap between the thoughts. It's all good, right? And just not being so judgmental. Like, wow. Maybe I can carry some of that out into the real world, too. At least for part of the time. More than I used to, I think. Yeah. Anyhow, anybody else have anything else? We have a couple more comments. Greetings. Great, thanks for being online here with us. We're going to go ahead and do some more meditation. Let's see here, maybe 7:40 here in California. So, how about 16 minutes? Does that give you enough time, Meredith?
Plenty.
Plenty? Okay, 16 minutes. Here we go. Okay, we have a nice way of closing here. This is a typical transfer of merit, dedication that they say in Zen temples. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to save them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to put an end to them. The dharmas are boundless. I vow to master them. The Buddha's way is unattainable. I vow to attain it. So thanks everybody for coming. Everybody online, thanks for joining. It's great to see your greetings. The Bierman, Eunice, Nick, Artifacts, thank you for your attendance here with us. Everybody have a safe evening. Get home safely. We'll have the lovely Miss Meredith come up for announcements before we close out.
Hi everyone, I'm tonight's host Meredith. We opened the Barma Dhamma Temple 18 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. Those who lead are not nuns, monks, gurus, masters, or teachers, and are not looking for students. They are simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice. Every night we have different classes led by different people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone with addiction, and our food redistribution program meets every Thursday at 4:30. We have classes and programs every day, and everything we offer here is always free. The full schedule is on our website and posted in the entryway above the shoe rack. We have a lending library. If you see a book you like, feel free to borrow it and then bring it back whenever you're done with it. Please straighten your seat or cushion before you head out. Thank you for being here. We wish you well, and we hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you.